Cool.
All right. Anything else? If not, I'll get us going.
I think we're ready, man. Hit it.
Yeah. Hit it,
All
brother.
right. Cool. Welcome, everybody. Episode 4, State of the Union. We've got producer Jenna on the legit mic. We've got your host or co-host in Shrink with his new little lapel mic from Deep Dish. Thank you, sir.
The deep
Lil John.
dishes.
Lil John, hopefully this helps you hear him better. And we have our hymn of the month. He is him. Right there. Wow, that sounded really good with that lapel pin.
That's a good sound effect.
High
we got our man
quality.
Muddy Waters here. He's gonna give us a little bit about himself. He's gonna mediate these two jokers as they go through some drafts and some crossfire, and we're gonna have a good time.
On cue, baby, on cue.
We're all gonna have a good time. Thank you for joining in, listening. I hope you find it beneficial, entertaining, whatever reason you join. I hope you find that in this. So I think we have a lot of exciting information coming down the line, especially for the coming week, even a new fitness assessment coming out. You might hear Hymnline or The List dropped. These are going to be some pretty cool things we're going to try out to increase our first step. So I won't steal all the thunder of Jenna and Shrink. We'll go ahead and kind of just get started with the 29 seconds with the Nantan. And let me pull this over here. Go ahead and get your timers ready. Full disclosure, I found out about this podcast setting about 2 hours ago. So this was put together pretty quickly.
There's always an excuse somewhere in there.
The producer did something wrong. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I think they were trying to leave me out of it this time.
Efficiency.
Yep, exactly. Don't start it yet. This is kind of the pre-log. So the pre-blast. We're in the new year. There's been a lot of discussion around goals, and we did the 8 block today at the break room. So this kind of plays into that. I will give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown. You can go ahead and start your timer. 3, 2, 1. We as PAX have lost if a man joins F3 and then walks away from F3 unchanged. Just as well, we have lost if a man joins and a year later is still active and is still unchanged. Set your sights on achievements, goals, challenges, and be intentional on those. Be intentional with others. Challenge each other. Now go do the work and be the change your loved ones want to see.
Ooh.
Bada boom. I don't even
good.
need an overlay timer for that. That's everyone knows that's perfect,
good.
bro. Dead on.
Man, look at that.
All that would have made that better. I'll have to change this for next time. I'm gonna go straight like basketball style buzzer. 3, 2, 1. That was perfect. The buzzer beater. Well done.
Yeah.
All right. We have got with us here today our current hymn of the month for the month of January, the year of 2024 of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. The one, the only, the muddiest of waters.
Muddy Waters.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's going on?
What's
Hey,
up?
not too much. It's good to see you, man.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, I did not expect that a guy with the name Muddy Waters would have read so many white books.
You know what? I went for the underwater theme, but I thought, I kind of want to act like I'm sitting in Shrink's living room right now.
Now we all know that's the wife section of the house, right?
Yeah, true. True. This is not the man cave,
Yeah.
or is it?
It is a good challenge to have each hymn of the month need to come up with a background image that represents their name. You could be in a porta potty. I don't know exactly what Muddy Waters even means, but I feel like porta potty would be Kidding.
Well, you saw the picture that Deep Dish threw together.
I
That's a
did.
sewer.
Yeah, yeah.
I did.
No, that's good. That was good.
I did.
Yeah, that was real good. So
I did. Well, that gives us a great place to hop in. So, for
yeah.
those that don't know, tell
Mhm.
us a bit about your first beatdown. So, who EH'd you? How was the beatdown itself, and then where the name come from?
Yeah. So I didn't get. It took me a few months. I was EH'd. I don't know if you guys remember last year. I believe it was during the Kings of the Gloom. You guys had a service project where you get some points for service.
Yeah,
There was a bike
bikes.
building.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Up in Richwood at the barn, right? And you guys have all been there before.
Hmm.
Um, and so Geo and Sheila and Scrappy and Little John were all there.
Yeah.
And I ended up midway through the process. Actually, we were towards the end, and Geo could get his bike together. Um, so he needed some help. So we're helping him out, and he introduced himself and I said, "Have you ever heard of F3?" And started talking about F3, and said he was from the Columbus area. And I thought, man, a guy from Columbus is up here in Richwood
Mm.
serving for the Hope Center. So that resonated with me. And then a few minutes later, Lil John hits me up. I knew Lil John through Trail Life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
His
yeah.
his 2.0s and my 2.0s got to know each other through Trail Life, and so um, he was EH me hard that day, and um, you know, getting up early and heading to Marysville from Richwood was not the idea that I had
Sure.
imagined, and
Oh yeah.
so it was an excuse, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I decided that this just isn't for me right now. And then there was a post on Facebook about
Mm.
F3. The Union is coming to Richwood,
We coming.
and yeah, and so I thought, yep, no more excuses for me. Um, I had some things go on that and really made me think, you know what, there's no more excuses. I need to get out there and check this out. So my daughter and Megatron and I went to Minnesota for a Vex competition. They're involved in robotics, and we are at Mall of America, and I could not keep up. I was
Mm.
slow.
Mm-hmm.
Megatron, he already is takes me out, when he's running. But we were walking through the mall and I couldn't keep up. And I thought, you know what? There needs to be a life change here. And when I saw that post that F3, the Union was coming to Richwood, I said, this is the opportunity. So I took and ran with it. Showed up that first pre-launch. Actually, I was at the first
Yeah.
pre-launch.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So
wow. Wow.
yeah,
So there was an early EH, a duplex put on
yep,
you by Geo and Little John
yep,
months early, and then
yep.
Ricky Bobby planting the flag out in Richwood. And the
Mhm.
Facebook posts brought you all the way in.
Yeah, yeah, and it was. I was not the only pre-launch Richwood guy there. So you guys know Last Call.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was also there at the first pre-launch. So he and I were there at the first workout at the dock and have been going ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So the
So
the Richwood OG right here.
yeah, the OG Rebel, right?
Yeah.
Richwood
Yeah. Yeah.
Rebel.
The Richwood Rebels making up their own rules out in the country.
That's right.
All
Yep.
right, so then tell us, and what do you remember from that first pre-launch workout you went to, and then how did the naming come about?
So that first workout had it was I cannot remember the name of the workout, but essentially we started at the dock, ran to a light post, did so many burpees, came back to the start, did so many burpees, like it killed me.
Yeah.
Um, and I remember Alice was there, and I was the six, obviously, and Alice was he just told me, he said, "Hey, it gets better from here. I was where
Mm,
you were at," and that has stuck with me. But I remember it was probably, I mean, it was August, so it was like 80 degrees, and here I am, dude. I had to wring my shirt and shorts out afterwards. So yeah, it was killer.
Yeah.
Good job, Ricky Bobby.
Well, if you
Yeah.
have the ability to create copious amounts of sweat, while we were at the GTE last summer, one of the F3 guys, the Nantan from the Chicago region, he has this move he does where after the workout during the Namarama, he's a bald guy, kind of your build. He
Yeah.
wears a like a headband. So at the
Okay.
Namarama, he takes it off, says his name. I think his name is Houdini. He's like, my name, Age Houdini, squeezes the headband into his mouth,
Not his mouth, man.
into his mouth,
No.
and just
Dude.
full facials it, just all in there. Yeah.
Okay, that's legit right there. That's a man.
So you come next summer if you can make
All
that
right.
happen. It'll be memorable.
Yep. We'll get that on video for you.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So
Or
Muddy
how
Waters.
about this? Let's make a deal. You come up in the summertime up to Richwood, up to the dock, and I'll do something like that.
All right. All right.
All right.
You got
All
a
right.
deal.
All right.
Put it on paper. Ink it.
All right.
All right. So the name, tell us, where did Muddy Waters come from?
Okay, so I'm originally from Toledo. Grew up in Toledo, up north there, and they're home of the Toledo Mud Hens. Okay, so Ricky Bobby had thought of that during the naming. But also, I'm a wastewater treatment guy. So anything that if you're in the city of Marysville, what goes down your drain, no matter what it is, I see it, right? And so, uh, so my job is to clean that water, and it is not pleasant at times. And
Whoa.
so, yeah, so that's where they came up with the word muddy, based after named after the Toledo Mud Hens, but also muddy as in brown. You know
Mm.
what I'm talking about, waters, and because that's what I deal with every day. I've done it for almost 18 years. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
All
So I
right.
have a poop name, basically, just like others in our packs.
There are a lot of them. There are a lot
Yeah.
of those poop names.
We had to put a limit at one point because when I was getting named, I was like, I've got a poop story, and VP was like, we've got too many poop guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we got one more.
Yeah, that's right. There's no way around it.
No way. It
Yeah.
happens to the best of us, so everyone has a
Yep.
story, right?
Yep.
That
That's
does.
right.
That it does. All right. All right, man. Well, tell us some about. So you've been coming to F3 then since August. Is that what you said?
Yeah. That's
Right.
it. Yep. Yep.
So over the past 5 months, then tell us a bit about like what has the experience been like for you? What stands out to you? What's been an area of growth for you?
Yeah. So I think something that stands out to me is every time we're in the gloom, we hear the mission statement and the core principles of F3, and those are extremely important. That's our foundation, right? That's what this is about. But at the same time, from day one, from workout number one at the pre-launch at the dock to even this morning,
Yeah.
at the floor, uh, the motto continually gets into my head, and that's what I absolutely love. Leave no man behind, but leave no man where you find him.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that. I've had so many other packs, come around me, as I've started up, and just the growth of that first week of workouts coming home, and I'll be honest, you know, just about on the verge of splashing Merlot,
Yeah.
to going today. And yeah, it was uncomfortable, but I wasn't to that point. And I feel like my body's getting stronger
Mm,
as we go. And but the guys who've rallied around me up at the dock, guys who are always picking up the six. I mean, we've got a close knit group up here, and you guys down at Marysville, I come down, and and it's good to just know that uh, nobody's being left behind.
Yeah.
Nobody's being left alone. First time I went to the floor, Turtle Dove and Red Bag, Ricky Bobby, right there with me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a runner and you see a guy there that's there for the first time, you're willing to stay back, and help push him and make him better. So that to me has kept me going. That has encouraged me, and even those Little John workouts. He's come up a few times and
Yeah.
kicked our butt. So,
Yes, he
um,
will.
but just went down to the second F event, Deep Dishes place, and just another opportunity outside of the gloom to just get to know the guys around you. Do
Yeah.
life with them. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. And
yeah,
I think
yeah,
what I hear there and what I really connect with is the idea that a lot of us are going to start F3 for ourselves because we want to
mhm,
get in better shape. But I don't know anybody who stays in F3 just for themselves.
Right.
mhm,
You
yeah,
know, like you pretty quickly realize that it isn't
yeah,
about you anymore, and somehow there's just an immense amount of growth in
yeah,
realizing it's not all about me.
yeah. Yeah, and I'm to the point now to where, um, we just had, we just on Wednesday, we had two FNGs up here at the dock, and I'm excited and uh, willing to stay back because I know that they're helping me get through this workout, but I'm also helping them.
Yep.
And we're there for each other. We got each other's back, and that's the important thing is that what? Yeah, today's hard and it's going to be hard, but each and every day you get better, and that's the goal, right?
100.
Um, yeah, I saw this. If I can say this real quick, I saw this quote. I don't know if you guys have heard of Brian Kite,
Oh,
but I read it today, and
yeah.
it resonated with me. It says every day is a chance to lay more bricks and build ourselves into people capable of achieving what we set out to do. So we
Mm,
lay bricks every day, one
yeah.
by one, day by day. We lay a brick, and that foundation continues to get stronger and stronger.
Mm,
So yeah,
that's good. That's good. I
yeah,
like that idea of just of yeah, it gives you a task for the day, and then also you realize that you're building something greater than just today. Also,
Mm-hmm.
yep,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
so easy to get stuck in that mindset of why am I doing this individual task on this individual day? That's what keeps you in the fart sack a lot of times. But yeah, I mean, knowing that every day adds up to this greater thing is so
yeah,
important.
yeah.
Um, yeah, man, that's good.
yeah. All right. Well, before we have you hop in the middle of our crossfire and draft with us, are there
Okay.
any other pieces of advice, words of wisdom, just something you want to say to some dudes who are out there?
Yeah, it's hard, but stay with it. Stick with it. Continue to build that foundation. Continue to be there for each other. That fart sack is warm in the morning, especially when it's cold like it is right now. But just know that by the time you get out of bed, you get in the car, you go do a workout, you feel so much better the rest of the day. No, and here's the thing: there's always somebody out there waiting on you.
Hmm.
So there's always somebody waiting on you. There's always somebody there to pick you up. Um, you know what?
Unless you're Knievel on New Year's Day.
Well,
That's
you know,
true.
If
it's a
if
That's
bit
you're
of an
true.
Knievel on New
anomaly.
Year's Day,
Yeah.
there
I
might
led I
be
led
somebody with you.
I led the workout on New Year's Day up here at the dock, and we had five five guys up here.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
a good
and
turnout.
we even had a prereq,
Oh man.
and yeah, and then I read Knievel's uh,
Yeah.
back blast. I'm like, oh man, we should have went down there. He come up here. But you know what though? I talked to somebody today, and that back blast that Knievel left. We talked about that in
Yep.
our at the cafeteria today.
Yep.
and that was so encouraging. And that's a true leader, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Somebody that is there. He was there, and that's what I mean by somebody is always there. If there's
Yeah.
an AO
Yeah.
and it's 5:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
somebody will be there.
Yeah.
And
Love that.
Knievel was there. And that's leadership to me. And he did his workout.
Yeah.
I think somebody joked that he may have just went to Sheets instead, but
Yeah, he just lied
never-
about all that
you never
running.
know. Yeah, you never know. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, that's a great point and a great call out though. Because I'm with you. I read that, and it's a large reason why I got up this morning and went for a run with you
Yeah.
guys. Between thinking about Knievel's backblast and Little John hit me up now that I'm on his KOG team. He wants those points. Yeah,
I got a story about that.
just knowing that there's
Yeah.
somebody there, and Knievel being the site Q out there, knowing that true leadership sometimes
Yeah.
means showing up, even when you might be the only person there, but you showing up though is what's creating space for there to be somebody there for somebody else.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
100%. All right, what's your Little John story?
Well, just I was, of course, I'm going to give a shout out to Team 6. I was on Team 6 for the December KOG, and we are the December champions. Too bad Uniball decided to split us up. I think he broke our team up because we couldn't be beat. But I think I went like 2 days without entering my points, and Lil John was on it. You need to get your points in, right?
Yeah.
So I don't. It scared me a little bit. He scared me. But I think here's the thing: we need to beat Lil John. From what he said, he's never been beaten before.
Oh, I don't
True.
think he
It's
has.
true.
So I don't know. I think this is a call out to all the other teams. Get
Shrink.
your points in.
There's
Yeah.
one man that can beat Lil John, and it's you.
If there was
You can beat
anyone
him
to
right
say-
now.
Yeah.
Just tank the team, bro.
Yeah. So this is for Midriff and Jigglypuff. Get your points in.
I think this idea and now this podcast might result in Little John being at my doorstep.
No, it's funny too because I know for a fact he listens to the entirety, so he's definitely
Yeah.
probably, and he likes to comment, of course. So Lil John, I don't even know. I just picture
let us
him
know your
furiously typing his keyboard right now.
Yeah.
how you plan to overcome this hurdle, the hurdle of strength.
Yeah, this is the next challenge,
Uh,
baby.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
Drag me to that KOG finish line.
Yep.
Ah,
He said
All
he's
right.
not giving up on you, brother. We were at pre-ruck today. He was like, "I'm gonna get I keep telling Shrink," and I was like, "I don't know if that's the best way to get through to Shrink. If I'm gonna be honest."
I think I should get some post workout points for doing coffee haul.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Get
There you go.
pre-work points. I today Bluey, Tuddy, Deep Dish, was it all of us? Yeah, we're there. Vagabond. We should get points for that. So I'm mad about that.
Hey, you need to ask Turtle Dove about him sleeping in the Kroger parking lot. I learned about that today. So after workout on Wednesday, he should tell the story. He fell asleep in the Kroger parking lot waiting on coffee.
Waiting to go into Starbucks to get coffee.
Yeah, I think he was getting some coffee for his M and fell asleep in the Kroger parking lot.
Just took a little nap.
Yeah.
Turtle Dove also has owned an amazing amount of cars and some unique ones. I will now take the next 20 minutes of the podcast to walk people through why the Pontiac Aztec was peak vehicle design. For Bluey's sake, Bluey, I will cut this by 19 minutes and 30 seconds, but you should
Don't worry, gang. I've got pictures that I'm throwing up. Oh wait, no, this is not set up right. All right, whatever.
You could add a tent to that thing. It was a crossover before crossovers were even cool.
Bro, what the hell am I looking at right now?
Are you pulling it up?
I'm looking at it right now. It
Oh,
looks like
man.
it looks like a Lego car.
Pontiac Aztec was ahead of its time.
Has Pontiac
Okay.
done anything right?
They
Don't
sure
answer
have,
that.
and it's called the Aztec. They did that right.
Yes.
That baby right there. Look at that.
More like
Look-
98
yeah.
Pontiac Sunfire, baby.
Oh yeah.
It's like a camper, like a you camp in the back.
You know,
Sure is.
it
Sure
does
is.
kind of have the body model of the Lexus RX, I will say. It's right in there.
From back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, okay, all right.
And you know who was driving one 2 years ago? Turtle Dove.
Tuddy. All right, I can't talk bad about it anymore then. If Tuddy was driving it, I got to show the
He
respect.
sure was. He sure was.
All right,
All
I'm in
right,
the wrong here.
Maybe we're gonna do a draft next month of like dream cars or something like that. We'll do cars at some point. But this month though, we're not doing cars. This month we've got a draft that hopefully no one will actually use. However, people should definitely vote for who wins.
Write it
I
down,
think-
boys. Write them down.
So we're doing a draft of the best excuses for missing a workout.
Mm.
So these are the things that you're gonna wake up, you're gonna 7 a.m. you roll over, you miss the workout. What am I gonna type into Slack right now so people think I had a good reason
Man,
for not being there?
man, oh man.
So the best reasons for a fart sack. That's what this is. Best reasons for a fart sack. So we can't do like, I was traveling, because you wouldn't hard commit to that. It has to be you fart sacked. So what are your best reasons for the fart sack? We're gonna do it draft style. We'll each get 3 picks. Muddy, if you've watched, you know how this works. We start
Yep.
with you, we go Jenna, we go back to me. I'll do 2 picks, and then we'll circle it back. You'll get 2 picks. We leave Jenna in the middle now because we found out he cannot keep track of being on the end.
I can't handle being on the end.
It's just too much fun. It's too much. So Muddy, as our guest, as our hymn of the month, we will give you the first pick of the best reasons for a fart sack. What you got?
I think my first one, and I don't know if I can say this or not, but
You can.
Um,
He can bleep you out if he has to.
No, we
Okay.
don't bleep anything, but say it.
no. So here's the and
Tell people that we will though, so they.
Oh
say it
yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't
No, we'll
call.
bleep it. We'll bleep
so
it.
this is an excuse, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna go on Slack. Is
Yep.
that
Yeah.
it? Right? Okay. I was steered a different direction before the workout, before the beatdown.
You saying is this the lucky icon that you and I discussed?
Yeah.
Steered a
Okay.
different direction.
You
Yeah.
Jallison, it's the little 4-leaf
Uh-huh.
clover.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
Yeah.
so are we so are we
That
if
that's
we're
a
picking up
pretty
what you're putting down.
that's a pretty darn good excuse.
Yeah, I
You're-
think
in other words, you're saying that you had a post blast before the.
Oh,
the
shut,
pre-blast.
dude, no. That might start to be at the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
talking about.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
post blast and pre blast, back blast every day.
With the balls
Dude,
of
that's a-
man.
Yeah. Dude,
God.
that's a good. Come on, that's like a number one pick.
That's a
Yeah,
great
no,
reason.
I mean, in terms
That's
of
a-
like
that's a great-
allowable excuses, I
That's-
think it's
yes.
universally agreed upon, right?
Okay.
Great reason.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
that's my number one pick right
All
there.
right.
all right, I like that. I've not used the Lucky Charms emoji.
No, you did
Only-
once.
Did I?
You did once. You
Only-
must have had a couple cocktails beforehand. Is what I imagine
Only
happened.
because I don't want to shame any other packs.
Yeah, if they ain't, at the same
No.
level,
Exactly. But I'll go ahead and float out there. If you want to let people know why
You
you're
d-
not there,
or not.
Or
you
if
know.
or if you want to just brag,
Whatever. Here's the thing.
you drop
I-
that
Yeah.
4-leaf clover.
we know,
You know what
bro.
it means. You know what it means.
I'm gonna start dropping it every day.
Then we know you're lying.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, Jenna. Sure, bud.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Big J, how you gonna follow
All right.
that up?
I'm going with the top answer, the one that gets used all the time, every time. Kids were sick, baby. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Kids were sick.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one right there. Yeah.
Like, no discussion. We
No.
just all know it.
Sick kids.
Yeah.
Sick kids. Yeah. Simple. So Muddy, I was hoping to be able to pick up your
That-
first pick right here in the third spot.
Yeah.
I thought you
I'm-
would go kids get sick.
No.
You did not though, so you threw me off a bit. So I'm gonna go because I've got 2 picks here. I'm gonna go with the one that I use often, and it's honest most of the time, which is I got FIA'd. My
Yeah,
wife,
no, that's good.
my M went to a FIA workout. I had to hold down the fort, had to do my fatherly duties, my husbandly duties, and be home. Had to do the dad stuff. So my first pick there's going to be FIA'd. My second pick, I'm going to kind of piggyback off Jenny. Let me know if this is allowed. I'm going to say my wife wasn't feeling well.
Okay, no, I think that's allowable.
That's good.
She had a rough night and she
Yeah.
was just, getting sick. I had to rub her back. She wasn't feeling well.
Mhm.
And I couldn't come in the morning, guys. Couldn't be there. Couldn't be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Alright.
swing it back to Jay.
This is another classic. I didn't realize I had so many of these that built up. Man, I woke up, I put all my stuff on, and I just sat down to get ready, and I just didn't get back up. I don't know what happened. I fell asleep on my floor stretching. VP.
Huh. That's like an honest excuse, though.
No, I know. It's literally what happened. I got no animosity about it. It's just I think it's funny the number of times it's happened at this point.
Who's this happening to?
It's VP. VP
Multiple
stretches before he comes out in the morning and then falls asleep on the floor stretching.
Somehow I've never heard that.
Maybe it's only happened a couple of times and it just really stuck with me.
I mean, I think more than once is a pattern at this point.
Yeah, I think
Like,
more than once is you probably need to stop stretching in the morning. I don't know.
All right.
no.
All right. I stretched and fell asleep,
Maybe not the number 2 answer,
but a good one though, nonetheless.
but good.
All right, Muddy.
all right, so I've actually heard this numerous times. That's the reason I don't HC. Because I don't want to get up. I'm not going to get up and work out. That's a good excuse. Like, we have, right? Like, I don't HC. So if I don't HC, I'm really not fart sacking. I don't have an excuse to be there.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's kind of a trend up here.
I
is,
didn't
well,
HC, therefore I didn't miss it.
Yeah, there's no excuse. Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. That's not bad.
Nah,
That's not bad. That's a
yeah.
workaround.
Yeah. Now, and another one is so I get one more, right? This is my last one.
Yeah, this is your
Mhm.
last
Last
one.
one
This
is
this pick rounds out your excuse list, so make it a good one here.
okay. I may get hurt if I push too hard.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's
What's
good.
there was a term for it.
Pickle toe.
Pickle toe.
Okay.
Pickle toe. Oh yeah, for anyone who didn't know, I went through the lexicon. Like I only got through like half of it, but I found some good ones. And with pickle toe, I found sad clown. Or no, happy clown. Happy clown. Happy clown. What a happy clown is someone who is overly eager to pick up the 6. And I'm like, oh dang, bro. They figured it out. They figured it out, man.
Oh, that one's real good. I'm gonna have to start using that one.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
once you know that people know, it's gotta reflect a little more.
All right. But Muddy, I like rounding out the team there with
Yeah.
I had an injury, right? I had an
Yeah,
injury,
yep.
didn't want to push myself, need to rest.
Yep.
I used that one for about 2 weeks, the last of the year.
It was like when I put myself on IR
Yeah.
for a single beatdown.
Uh-huh.
Because VP said, I heard you're on IR. What's up? And I said, I just have a really bad cold. And he's like, oh. Like, yeah.
Wow.
Don't look at me.
There was
I was
there
there
was-
like the next day.
it was a brief IR, 24 hour.
Yeah, I to be fair, I did need it. I was very sick. Despite having, cigars and old fashions, but I
Yeah,
digress.
well, you know.
That actually should help you feel
Yeah,
better.
it clears
right?
the
old
clears the
fashions.
system. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Speaking of the IR, really quickly, there was a point about a year ago. I don't remember what I did, something to my foot, we'll say. And when we have the SLT meetings, we have this just like working list of topics to discuss. And so at some point that month, I put in there uh, IR Slack channel. And my idea was going to be like, if you're injured, you just post it in there so people know what's going on.
Yeah.
And so I put it on the spreadsheet. We get to the meeting, and VP's going through the points, and he finally gets to, IR, and he's like, IR Slack channel posted by Shrink. He just looks up and he goes, Shrink, do you just want a place to complain about your hurt foot? And I was like, um, I, I guess I did. Yeah, that's all I wanted, really, was a place to let people know that I didn't feel good. So thanks
Yeah.
for hearing me out, and I'm good now, I guess.
That's what Mumble Chatter's for, bro.
Yeah.
All right, Jen A.
All right, this is the one that I think was actually going to truly be the number 2. Is I slept through my alarm.
Slept through my alarm.
I don't, and this is okay. I have never done this. I don't understand how people do it. I know they do it, and I'm sure it's actually a mistake, or like they're not just BSing me. But yeah, it happens. And I'm like, how? But I'm a very light sleeper. Like I wake up anytime my wife gets up, the dogs come in, anything. So I don't know.
Anyone who slept through an alarm, I question everything about you now. Everything. Because what I hear there is, if I broke into your home, you wouldn't hear me.
I could do whatever I wanted, man.
You would hear a thing that I did in your home.
Yeah.
So if I hear Little John tell me he slept through an alarm, I'm not buying it for a minute. 'Cause I know if someone so much as walked near his front door while he's sleeping, he would hop up, gun in hand, ready to go. So I don't buy for a second some of these guys slept through an alarm.
Yes, slept through an alarm equals free television at that person's house.
You know, I was so paranoid at the show launch
Oh yeah.
that the site queue on launch day would fart sack. I think I was up at 2:30, 3:30. Just because I'm like, I gotta make coffee, and then I didn't make enough coffee and all that stuff, right? And I'm like, man, I agree. I don't know how you can oversleep it.
Yeah, no,
I was paranoid.
I definitely
Has
would
anybody ever Q-sacked? Is that what they call it? When you're a Q and you
people have definitely Q-sacked.
Uniball.
It's usually Uniball, I think. To be fair, that guy's life I could not keep up with. So there's certainly reasons for it, but he'll usually at least text someone and be like, "Hey, brother."
The number of kids in Uniball's house looks like the chart of active packs.
It does.
It's always moving and usually trending upwards.
Yeah.
All right. So with my last pick, I'm gonna go with another, I think, solid one. You guys have again made this very easy on me. I'm going with, hey guys, sorry I missed the workout this morning. I've got an early work meeting and I wasn't sure I could get back in time to shower.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
That is a good one. That's good. Yeah.
You guys all went, like, half of them were just straight honest reasons why you didn't show up.
Yeah.
Well, kinda. The best excuses are rooted in some level of truth, right?
Right.
Mine were completely true, 100% true. Just maybe not true that moment in that day, but
Yeah.
things happen.
I had a work thing in the morning at some point.
Yeah, it has happened.
Or I think there's something mechanical at the house that's not working at 5 in the morning.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
Like, I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Garage door broken.
My garage door, my sump pump's not working.
You know what almost got me a couple times is I legitimately could not find my keys or wallet.
Yeah.
And I give
You know
myself
what?
like 15 to 20 minutes to do everything in the morning. So if I like have to spend time searching for it,
Yeah.
it's close. What were you
One
saying?
one thing when we talked at the floor today, you got frosted windows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You get up, you got to make sure to start your car, guys. You
Yeah.
Oh,
know,
whole new
clean
game in
that
the winter,
windshield
man.
off.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. Speaking of that, it's a great segue. Last
Yeah.
month we were sponsored by the Alarmy app. This month we're sponsored by Columbus Auto Body Repair, who will also install for you a remote starter for a very affordable price. That was a gift I gifted myself 2 Christmases ago now. That was the best gift I've gotten for myself, maybe ever, because for like $200, my car now has a remote starter. So I wake up, start that thing from my living room, from my bedroom, and then in 15 minutes it's warm. Don't have to defrost a thing.
I put mine in my garage, son.
Oh gosh, these guys with garages.
Mine is covered in frost. So now you guys don't have an excuse.
We do not. We've lost that one. All right. So if you can remember, what were your 3 picks? Muddy, you go first. What were your 3?
The what was it? The 4-leaf clover.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
was my one, right?
Uh-huh.
My second one was, legitly, we hear this. That's you ask somebody, hey, why weren't you at the beatdown? Well, I didn't HC, so I didn't
Uh-huh.
have to be there. So now I don't have an excuse.
Uh-huh.
Or it's a maybe I'll be there, right?
Yep.
And my third one was, if I get out there, I'm injured. If I push too hard, I'm going to continue to get hurt.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah,
The IR. All right. Jenny, what you got?
IR.
We had, in this order, kids were sick.
Good answer.
I slept through my alarm. Nope. I fell asleep on the floor. It was number 2. And then number 3 was I slept through my alarm. My number 2 pick was really out there.
What's right?
I don't know why that one stuck with me so much. I had other ones here like tummy ache, couldn't sleep, stuff like that. I didn't pick those.
I think you just wanted to remind people that VP falls asleep on the floor.
I think he's gonna be like, that happened one time, Jenny. I don't know what you were talking about. Like,
Oh man,
realize.
that they do.
Yeah.
And I had got FIA'd. Wife was sick. Early morning work meeting, and it was probably a call with Japan for Honda. Probably what it was.
Always the Japanese Honda
Always.
calls.
Yeah.
I
Honda
see
guys,
every single one of you engineers.
just
I see
drop
right through
Japan.
you.
They dropped Japan, and we're all supposed to be like, "Oh, that makes sense."
What does Japan even have to do with Honda?
Yeah,
Huh?
nothing.
That's Marysville.
Yeah, Honda's in Marysville. Look
Yeah.
it up. I've seen it with my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well done. Well, we'll let the packs decide who it is that has the best draft.
It's me though.
And,
Good deal.
well, I think I'm 3 for 3 so far. I think I've won
We'll
them
see.
all.
We'll see.
And I'm
The
going
voice
for-
of the people is what wins
Going
this
4
one.
for 4. Heading for the
Okay.
cycle. Up next, it is time for Crossfire.
The ultimate challenge. Crossfire.
We have the new song. Oh, I still have to download it.
Song.
It's kind of like I don't even know what to do when you do that.
No one does.
Third wheel.
Yeah. Really, there's only one answer.
Good job,
It's
guys.
You don't know what to do. The answer is you watch. I'll show you.
bang,
You
bang,
guys
bang,
do
bang.
it. I'll show you what to do. You guys do
Okay.
it. You guys do it.
this.
You gotta. You're in the crossfire. You don't know what to
That's
do.
true.
You gotta get
Yeah.
down, man.
I can't believe it.
Dude, that's like Matrix. That's Matrix-esque right there.
You
Yeah.
gotta get down, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Bro, wait do you see the production value on the pod?
What was
Can
the
you
line,
slow him
Janet?
down? Can you slow him down when he does
no
that?
one can slow him down.
At GTE, what was the word for like hit the ground? What was that word?
It's probably incoming or something.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, it was incoming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incoming. Yeah. I've never. part of me so badly wanted somebody to start shooting paintballs at us, like something that made it like,
You know
a
what?
lit-
I wouldn't even move because every time they said incoming, I'd go, "Oh, thank God," and I would lay on the ground and I would just sit there and pray that I could do that as long as possible.
I think they thought that was hard. I hope that we made it seem like that was hard because it was great. The incoming part was
Yeah.
like, okay, I will happily lay myself down on this ground and not move for as long as you'd like.
Yeah. I laid down next to a pile of rabbit turds at one point, and I was like, I don't even care because I have my hat, and my hat would like rest on the ground, so like I had like a nice little headrest too. I was like, I could fall asleep here. I'll be honest.
Oh man, this is another idea for a next draft. Will be GT or just a GT moment. We'll do that with one of the hymns who went to GT.
That'd be really
All right.
good.
Anyway, we are right now ready for Crossfire.
Crossfire.
Well done.
Tried.
Well done.
I
Another
tried.
another
tried.
intro. We
I'm
already
not as
cut the
limber as
intro, but
Shrink.
I'm just not sure that you can say Crossfire without also pew pew pewing. So whenever it's said, I just feel the need to pew 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 pew. That's all.
man is
aware we
not
already introed
capable of
this thing.
such things.
So here is our Crossfire topic today. Muddy Waters will be our arbiter, our judge. At the end, he will determine our victor. Jenny and I will each take a side of this. We're doing a would you rather form of Crossfire this go around. Here are the two positions. Jenny will be taking the position of, actually, let me ask you this first. I'll frame it like this. Would you rather look like Thor, but have the strength you currently have, or have the strength of Thor, but look the way you currently look, your current body? So you either look like yourself, but are crazy strong, or you look crazy strong, but are just as strong as you yourself always have been.
I see. Let me ponder
Jenny,
this.
Jenny will be taking the position of you're gonna do be
Strong as Thor. Yeah.
look like look like you're going strong as Thor, and I'm going look as strong as Thor.
Yes.
All right, Muddy, I'll let you decide which
Okay.
side kicks us off here. Pick
You know,
to start.
You want me to pick who starts?
Yep.
Okay. I'm really interested in what Jen A has to say
Okay.
about his current strength.
Yes. No,
That's
I'm
what I
glad you
really
brought
wanted.
that up, actually.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you for joining us today at this debate. I have nothing but respect for my esteemed colleague, despite his wrong stance in this current matter.
Moving on to Shrink.
All right, no, I got bullet points. All right.
Yeah.
1. I was gonna say this first, but then I realized I'm kind of split on it. But hear me out. First and foremost, your boy already be looking like Thor, son. Straight from Valhalla. But then I realized I'm already like pretty much as strong as Thor. There, right there. But then I was
Yeah,
like, well,
right.
okay. Of either things, what could use the most improvement? Not that it needs a lot, but I would say probably physical strength is more lacking than my dramatically amazing good looks. So that's my first point. My second point, bro, I do not care what you look like. I could look like oh god, Danny DeVito. If I walk up to a Thor looking dude and put him in the dirt easily, everyone knows. Everyone knows that dude's a punk and that dude's the man. Period.
Oh,
I will put you down. I don't care what you look like. I have the strength of Thor, bro. And then my last point. I think longevity is incredibly important.
Mm.
You're not going to look like Thor forever, and even if you do you really want to die earlier? I want to live a long, happy life, see my family, my grandchildren. I'm going to take the health and wellness side as an added benefit of the strength.
Wow. 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 Hey, well done.
Janae,
Thank you.
that's really good. That's really good.
We're doing what we
Yeah.
can out here.
Okay, this is going to be my first challenge, I think, in our crossfire. All right, but I feel
First
confident
challenge,
that-
really.
I feel confident.
Episode 4 this is your first challenge.
First time I felt like I had to actually put some thought into this.
Got to put
I'm
my
gonna
full
do
power
that.
into this now.
Okay. All right. So first of all, Jenny's initial point is essentially that he already looks like Thor.
There's nothing wrong with that statement, bro.
Point number one is Jenny already looks like Thor. So I won't dispute that. I will let I'll let the viewers decide if Jenny already looks like Thor or not.
I can't.
Actually, I'll make my points here. Here are my
Yeah, make
points.
your
So-
own points, bro.
So I don't need to refute his. Number one, the reason why the best position here would be to have the looks, the physique of Thor, is because the truth is, in the same way that Jenny already looks like Thor, I'm gonna say
You're already as strong as Thor.
I'm already strong enough.
Let's go.
I didn't realize how ridiculous that sounded until I started to say it.
I will say it's easier to look like Thor than it is to be as strong as him.
Yeah.
So
'Cause he's just a buff dude with long hair, but he can also like lift a mountain.
So to be more clear, I would say this. I already have adequate strength to move through my day. Today at Costco, you know what I did today? I carried my 4-year-old the whole time at Costco, the whole trip. Carried my 4-year-old in one arm, random groceries in the other arm, pushing the cart with this one.
Thor couldn't do
I'm
that.
already strong enough. All right. If something's this cup was closed too tightly for my 10-year-old today, I was like, don't worry, I got you. Opened it up. Easy. My
Easy.
wife needs something moved. A couch needs something moved. I got it. Don't worry. I'll put it on my back. So I would say I'm already plenty strong, but I'm gonna look like this forever, I think. So if I could just keep my current strength, but I put on 50 pounds of what look like straight muscle, and I just look ripped AF, I mean, that's something right there. Because unfortunately, guys, we live in a world with what's known as the halo effect, which means people tend to ascribe positive qualities to those who look good, those who seem like more positive people. So by looking like Thor, people will begin to associate me with more positive things, which leads to promotions, positions, opportunity. And we know one of the best predictors of health and lifespan is actually financial income, right? Is your role in life. That's actually one of the best predictors of health long term. And so while Jenny may be strong, being strong don't pay no bills, bro. And so I will be able to move up whatever ladder I need to with my looks alone, looking like Thor. That I will be feeling good right then, right there.
Hey, so who's your 2024 campaign manager?
Good night, dude.
My wife already told me that if I want to run for city council, I have to quit a job. So I'm probably not doing that.
All right. So where's the hammer come into this? Like,
Well, only
does
one of
the
us can lift the hammer in this situation. It's not the pretty boy, I tell you that.
And it's not the pretty boy.
The thing is,
so
no one
so
would
one
question my ability to.
so one can lift the hammer, one dresses for success.
One,
That's
Yeah.
what I'm hearing.
I
one
will
can
say,
lift it,
Shrink, you
one
did
looks like he can lift it.
Shrink, you did surprisingly well in
You did
refuting
well.
my points, honestly.
Well,
Yeah.
do you have any other points?
I do.
Jenny?
I have one
All right.
additional.
Hit
is
us.
the overall disparity between the looks of Thor and his strength, which I alluded to earlier.
Mm.
His looks are still attainable by traditional mortal standards. Case in point, he's acted by Chris Hemsworth, who is a person.
Mhm.
Sure, he's on steroids. That's beside the point. His strength is a mythological, fictional attribute.
Mm.
So what we are now doing is taking the true superhero aspect and imposing it onto a mortal individual. But that also begs the question, will all my bones snap immediately? I don't know.
Yeah.
I leave it to you to decide. The defense rests.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, my final points will be as followed. One, I agree. In this scenario, you, Jenna, would be able to completely wipe the floor with me, right? If we had to throw down and you're looking like Danny DeVito, but you got the strength of Thor,
And I
you were
would.
taking me down. Here's the thing, though. What would Thor, a mythological Norse
What
god,
would Thor do?
what would Thor do? Thor would not be one to flaunt his strength. Thor would not be one to bully a Danny DeVito looking guy. Thor is a such a charismatic, such a clearly prepared and knows what his people there that he is leading need. What he would do is this: he would allow Danny DeVito to get the dub because he knows Danny needs a little confidence boost.
Wow.
Thor does not need that. He wouldn't use that as a chance to embarrass Danny. No, no. He would let Danny embarrass him because that's what it means to be third in life, right? To have it not be all about you.
Hmm.
If you only look like Thor, you're going to have to show off a whole lot so people know that you're strong, right? If you have the strength of Thor, you have to show it off a whole lot. If you look like him, it speaks for itself. So if you, Muddy, if you choose Jenna, you are choosing someone who will have to again and again prove himself through feats of strength that he somehow has strength. Whereas I'm looking like Thor. You just take a look at me and you're like, we're good. This guy's got it covered.
All right.
This is
Wrong.
you guys are good. You've done this how many times now? You know what to expect.
We just
Yeah.
argue a lot.
You're
Yeah.
just this is
Really what it is.
this is
A whole lot of
this
coffee
is-
hall.
this is high level debating right here. Like we need to sell this is pay-per-view esque right here. You know.
Hey, we offer it up for free to the wonderful PAX of the
Yeah.
union.
You sure do.
So
Pro
did
bono.
hold on. So did I in my decision here? Is it time for me to make a decision?
Sure
I
is.
think it's
winner?
the witching hours, sir.
So all right. So if I make this decision, I don't want to cast pity on. I don't want to make my decision based on pity because I think Shrink said this is the first time he's been challenged, right?
This is
In this
True.
debate.
almost hard.
So I don't want if I was to select Jenna, it wouldn't be because of pity, just so you know.
I appreciate
Or
that.
or should it be? No, it won't.
I
be.
appreciate that unless you pick Shrink.
Okay.
And then in case you should have taken pity on me.
So in this episode of the debate between Shrink and Jenna, I think here's the thing. I think it comes down to, it's multiple reasons. I think Jenna's your winner.
Oh,
And here's the reason. Jenna is like an ox out there. Look at that. I mean, he's got like neon lights in his,
Let's go,
area,
bro. Got the
you
dub.
know? And I can't get over the fact that he already looks like, yeah, I mean,
I appreciate that, but I do actually have to disagree with you.
no, dude, grow your hair out a little bit and turn
Uh,
it blonde. You're good to go.
We'll get there. Yeah.
So yeah. All right. No, good job, guys. That was fun. That was a good time. Shrink, you were like an inch away, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
You had me up on
Good
the
job.
ropes for sure.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
he was.
I will happily
Yeah.
allow for your first win here.
Yeah. Is that your first one? Seriously?
I think it has
All
been.
right. All
There
right.
was
Good job.
there was a shtick before this of just if I took what I perceived to be the losing side and lost every single debate.
Well, and the fact that you're strong enough to carry that hammer, because that was like Thor's
Yeah,
right
bro.
hand.
Mjolnir, gotta have it.
That's what Thor's known about, is that hammer. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
You
hammer
looking
means
like Thor and can't pick the
Hammer
hammer
means
up and
something.
be like, nerd.
Shrink, you look really disappointed right now. You're like distraught.
I am. This is how Little John's gonna look when our team loses Kings of the Ring. LJ,
You
I know
better
how it feels. I know how it feels. I lost Crossfire. I know how
Yeah.
I know
It's-
how it feels.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
That's the same.
Hey, I got some books in the background. If you need to have a counseling session,
I appreciate it. I'll have a lay on the couch.
All right.
All right. Well, Muddy, it's been great hanging out with you tonight. Is there anything else that you want to share with the bros before you get to rolling?
Nope. See you guys in the gloom.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
be there.
All
So,
right, brother.
I know
Well,
you will be too.
thanks for everything. The thing that I think is always helpful, or not helpful isn't the word, but something I enjoy sharing with people with the hymns of the month is letting them know that we, Jenna and I, just two guys here, we feel it too. So we believe in you and what you brought to the PAX and to Richwood, and certainly see in you somebody who is accelerating, who is committed to all three F's, and who genuinely cares about those around you. So thanks for all that you bring to the union. We appreciate you being part of us.
Hey, thanks for your leadership, guys. Really appreciate it. So.
Yeah, you bet. Take care, dude.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.
Thanks, Money.
All
Hold up, I gotta pin myself here. There we go. I gotta pin you now. There we go. All right. And there were two.
Then there were two. How old is that picture of you and Maggie there?
I want to say it was like an anniversary.
All right, because I got one too. Go ahead, show it to the fine folks.
Bada bang. It's pretty recent. I'd say.
Okay.
Like probably a couple years back.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm rolling back. I'm going back about this was we were pregnant with our first kid, so I'm going back
Dang,
here.
son.
It's like 11 years, like 11 years right here.
That's a different guy right there.
Yeah, 11 years ago.
Man. What would you tell that guy?
Well, I would tell that guy to begin preparing for January 2024 Crossfire. That's what I tell that guy.
You're gonna take an L if you don't start now.
You gotta learn how to defend.
You don't even know what the topic will be. You don't even know what it is. You just get a message from the future. And this seems so important, and it's just a podcast.
It would say Crossfire, look like Thor, prepare.
Oh, dude, I gotta look like Thor, I guess. I don't know. The future needs me at some kind of like battle called Crossfire.
like Canada and Mexico have gone to war. You were in the Crossfire. That must be what it means.
No, you have to argue with a random guy.
and then I get to this moment where I'm texting you beforehand, and suddenly I flash back to 2010, and my whole world comes crashing down.
I should have had more time.
All right. So we are on to another exciting segment of the State of the Union, which is the actual state of said union.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna hit up some things going on, some culture points, some upcoming activities and events, things that you will want to know about, want to have on your calendar, want to be a part of. So, Jenna, if you've got the SLT list pulled up,
Yeah.
I will go through some stuff, and you can add some stuff, and we'll work through it together here.
Sounds
All right.
bueno.
All right. So honestly, though, I don't want to bury the lead. I want to go with the thing I'm most excited about right now, which is not losing Kings of the Gloom. The thing I am most excited about right now is the next fitness testing, the next quarterly fitness test. So the past 2 years now, we've been doing quarterly fitness tests that LJ has been leading, and they've been helpful and been a way for guys to keep track of their fitness and to set some goals and try to challenge themselves. But essentially, quarter after quarter, there were just fewer guys who were participating, who were showing up for the fitness test workouts. And we were trying to think through, what would it look like? How might we find a way to use this fitness testing as a means of increasing some more first F acceleration and growth in the union, and trying to just be more purposeful and more intentional with kind of using these quarterly marks as ways for guys to track progress. So with that in mind, we've got 2 ideas that we are excited to be able to share today, and we'll also be talking about over the next month as well. So number 1 is what we're calling the HIM line, the HIM line, the high impact man line. And so this is the idea of there being a identified standard, a standard that we're suggesting that guys that are part of F3, that are part of the union, these are some fitness targets, some goals that if you're hitting these, you are maintaining a level of fitness that means you are prepared, right? You are prepared to be able to, like Muddy was saying, to keep up with your kids in a huge mall. You're prepared to, VP was sharing this at a workout recently, prepared to be able to carry your daughter for a mile if I think she got shocked on a fence, something like that. You're prepared to be able to carry in all the groceries in one go. Whatever the thing is you got to do, you're ready to do it. And these are some fitness standards that we're setting, and are hoping that guys will be able to strive for if you're not there yet. Many of the packs may already be able to meet these standards, and if so, that's awesome. And if not, these will give a target for everyone to work towards. The exact numbers for those will be released in the next week or 2 as LJ wraps those up, and they'll be posted in somewhere on Slack. The fitness testing events, though, will be, and Jenna, if I miss one, help me out, will be hand release Merkins. And we're going to hand release as an attempt to standardize those Merkins. That's what they did for the GTE testing, the PT test, and that worked out well. So we'll do hand release Merkins, form big boy sit-ups. That means hands got to be touching the head somewhere while you're going up. Can't throw the arms. Hand release Merkins, big boy sit-ups, time for 25 burpees, and then a 1 mile run, followed by a low plank hold. Those are the 5 events, and those 5 events were chosen as events that kind of capture a pretty wide range of fitness targets and goals, and are able to highlight what seems to be some important just like functional fitness abilities. And so for the fitness test coming up in January, when you see it on the cue sheet on a pre-blast, go to it. Go to it. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to be able to meet that HIM line. Our goal is to try to get as many packs as possible over that HIM line, and that'll have us prepared for whatever comes next. Be that what comes in September? IPC, the Iron Packs Challenge, be that March Merkin Madness, be that Mad River Mountain skiing. You got to be ready physically to do it.
There's no being ready for IPC, brother.
That is one of my fitness goals this year. It's going on my 8 block. Is come summertime, and someone remind me about this. I plan to just start doing man makers,
Yeah.
because that's essentially what every IPC is. It's like do 200 man makers and run 3 miles. That's about what each of them come down to.
That and thrusters.
Yeah. So I'll be doing man makers, miles, and thrusters. Maybe we'll do some workouts around that.
Nice.
Dene, what would you add about the hemline, man?
I mean, I think you pretty much nailed it. Did you hit the other aspect of the testing that we're adding? Or are you waiting on that?
I was waiting on that, but I'll hit that next. Before we hit that next piece, though, on the hemline, I'll add this as well, and I do mean this. I'm excited about the idea of having a standard.
Yeah.
I think that that's something. When you're in school, when you're starting a job, there are usually pretty clear standards for what's expected of you, and then you get to some point in life, in your career, with your family, where you've gotten married, and so that's checked off. You've got a house, you've got a car or two, you've got enough stuff, you're in decent enough shape, you got a job that pays the bills, and so you've now really, most of us have lost any actual objective standard to show that we are maintaining and accelerating, right? That we are actually meeting a standard and not just stagnating and decelerating. So the idea of having a physical standard is only the beginning of the hemline. This is something that we are excited to be able to roll out essentially across the second and third F as well. That for us men of F3 that believe that we are not the beginning and the end of the universe, that there's a standard that we're called to as well. And exploring some more over the course of the next year through the break room and cafeteria, what it looks like to hold that line, what it looks like to meet that line, to exceed that when it comes to relationships, when it comes to your M, when it comes to parenting, when it comes to faith. What's it look like to hold yourself to a higher standard, rather than just, I went to church this week and I took my wife on a date last month. Like, all right, that's awesome. When you went to church, did you take a single note? Did you apply anything from the service to your life that week? When you took your wife out on a date, did you have a meaningful conversation? Did you actually engage with her and learn something new about your wife? So I think we're all excited about how we can use that as a way to continue all of us growing in the same way that Muddy Waters shared with us today.
Absolutely. I would say sometimes people's inclination towards additional standards can be that of hesitation. I would say take that thought captive and embrace it and turn it to that of enthusiasm. Don't feel like if you're not hitting the hemline that you're a loser, what have you. We're just trying to set something up where everyone can have a goal. We can all work together and raise each other up and pick each other up. And to that point, something that came into my mind while Muddy was talking about the culture that we have in Facilitate is I don't think I've seen any other group that's so embracing of what would traditionally be like a threat coming into the group. So anytime we have a strong dude come in as an F&G, always incredibly excited and welcoming. And I think that's so cool because anywhere else you could see that like, oh, he's going to be faster than me. Oh, I'm going to look bad. No ego, man. No ego here. And I think it's really cool.
Yeah. That's saying, all with a high tide, all ships rise kind of thing. But I would echo that for sure. That wherever LJ ends up setting these standards, bear in mind the idea is that probably half of the guys will already be able to meet most of these. The idea though is that some of the guys that are working on accelerating in areas of their mile time, areas of upper body strength, of core strength, that they now have a clear target to work towards. Right? That's the idea. The idea is not one of pressure, guilt, or shame, but rather of like what would it mean to be able to set a clear target and say, as a 35, as a 45, as a 55-year-old man, I want to be able to maintain this target, and this gives me something to aim at. So for many of the guys, though, they should be able to already hit this. We have probably 30 to 40 guys that are pretty regular attenders. My guess is most of them will be able to hit 3, 4, if not all 5 of those standards the first quarter. So with that in mind, for those guys that are already going to be able to hit those standards pretty easily, we have got something that will hopefully entice, excite, encourage. I love alliteration. Like it's the thing.
It's the best. It's the
really
best.
So entice, excite, and encourage all of our fast holes, which is going to be called the list. The list. Just like that list, it'd be a list of names. The list was an idea that Lil Jon had from a TV show that the show itself was not awesome, but the idea was superior. The show is called Street Outlaws, and it's a Discovery Channel show about street racing. And I believe
Yeah, brother.
Street Outlaws, they're in Oklahoma.
Pontiac.
They're based in Oklahoma. And essentially, there was a revolving, evolving is the word, an evolving list of the top 10 fastest drivers. And so that list would change as somebody tweaked their car, somebody got a tune, somebody got new tires, somebody else got a new engine. And as they changed things, people were moving up the list, off the list, getting on the list, getting bumped off the list, things like that. So our idea is this will be a top 10 list based upon cumulative score of those 5 quarterly fitness evaluation events. And it'll be a top 10 list each quarter. And your score each quarter will be updated. And so if you were at number 2 for quarter number 1, you'll have to retest again and try to hold your spot in that or get up to number 1. If you were at number 10, you're going to have to retest again in quarter 2 to try to stay on the list. Because if not, there will always be somebody biting at your heels trying to get themselves up on the list.
It's going to be a fight, man. It's going to be a scrap.
Sure is.
I'm going to play dirty. I'm going to play fast.
Was that Nancy Kerrigan style? Is that who did that? Who
Watch your kneecaps, boys. Watch your kneecaps out there. Yeah, the ankle. That's right.
Today, Lil Jon tried telling me that he's not sure he's going to make the list. And I was like, bro, you can do like 90 push-ups in 2 minutes. Yeah. And hold a plank for maybe the whole hour of the workout.
Yeah, I think he'll do fine.
I think so too. We know what we could do. We could do is do a little gambling on this list here.
Bro. Ooh. Now we're talking my language, dude.
Put some lines down. Set up some lines for who'd be the top 3. I mean,
do some sanctioned illegal gambling in our men's group. Let's go, dude.
Is it kosher for us to drop names right now for who we think will come in top 3? Is that should we do that or not do that?
I'll do VPLJ. Third's hard. I'm off the cuff. I want to say Ricky Bobby, but
I need.
He's just so fast and agile.
I mean, he'll come first for sure in the.
He will run. Right? Yeah, he'll get the run.
And I think
definitely get the abs.
And he kills the sit-ups too, right?
Sit-ups is good. His plank could be solid, and then it's really just a matter of push-ups at that point. Which I don't know. He's a question mark on push-ups. I've never watched him because it's kind of weird to watch other people do workouts, but.
Other than the first year and a half when we all watched VP.
Hold up. Say something. Your audio cut.
Welcome back. What point were we making? Oh, we were picking our top three.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's for sure. I mean, so I got odds on favorite. I gotta go odds on favorite. Oh man, I think I might actually go Ricky Bobby odds on favorite
Think
because
so?
I think he's going top 3 in at least 3 events.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good call.
And then I would put VP, LJ, Louis, Knievel are all going to be flirting with those remaining 2 spots.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a number of guys that I think would be some nice picks to parlay into spots 5 through 10. You know, if you could nail a few of those, you'd make some good money. So we could get some good odds going. We'll work on this.
Put it all on black, baby.
Keep your eyes open for F3 Sportsbook.
We don't even have to run it by Dread. We're freed to lead.
Sure are, baby. Sure are.
What else you got for us, Chief?
So that is testing. That is Hemline. That is the list. Kings of the Gloom. Keep tracking your points. Keep getting gloomy with it. All right. Here's something, Jenna. Here's something.
Okay.
Here's something. If you have enjoyed the 8 hours of podcast content we have created over the past 4 months, have we got news for you? Jenna and I are going to be your MCs for your Valentine's dinner.
Don't you all say thank you at once now.
Don't break slack as you all rush to HC this event now.
Whoa, calm down. Whoa. It's only so big of a venue, ladies and gentlemen.
So we will be MCing the Himmies. We're calling the Himmies.
The Himmies.
Good. I like that. The Himmies. We're gonna put out some awards. There should be some fun ones coming out. We had some ideas. They did things like coolest nickname, worst nickname, best workout of the year, maybe worst workout of the year, most likely to spill Merlot, things like that. So some will be awards you will want to win. Others will be awards you hope somebody else wins.
Well, and then, of course, the most coveted award of all.
Which is?
Hymn of the Year.
Hymn of the Year.
The big daddy of them all.
I am pumped about that. Yeah, the opportunity to select our 2023 Hymn OTY.
I don't even know what I'm going to do, man.
With that award?
No, yeah, that's what I meant. No, I don't even. There's just so many awesome dudes. I don't know how to pick. Sounds like I'm being sarcastic again. I'm not.
No,
it's tough.
There's a lot of them. So the date for that is February 24th. Going to be in Richwood, at the barn. Is that what it's called out there? The barn. At the barn in Richwood. All right. We've also got a new team coming out. The TAPS team. You may have seen VP post about this. The TAPS team, the Thoughts and Prayers team. And so on Backblast, you might see the praying hands emoji, which for those who may not know, was actually designed, I understand, to be a high five emoji. I think that's what that was. It was supposed to be me and you high fiving, and then it became prayer hands. So we're using it in the context of prayer hands, though.
To be fair, I think the shortcut for it is apostrophe prayer hands,
Oh,
or rather colon prayer hands. I think posts it. So
well, that's because we live in a world with no truth.
we've
And
changed the culture, baby. We're
yeah,
winning the fight.
based on what people prefer. You know, Uniball gets it. All right. Taps team, prayer hands. That means somebody from that Taps team has seen those prayer requests and is shouting you out before the one and only. What else, Jenny? What are the other announcements here we got?
Oh, let's see. I mean, there's the second F events, of course. The second F January, still pinning things down. I'm gonna be in correspondence with Red Bag, and we're gonna figure it out. But look for that if it's not already out by the time I post this. And then the Mad River event on the 20th, because believe it or not, there is snow on the mountain. We did it. We made it happen, baby.
Miracles can happen.
So that's going to be a joint effort with F3 Columbus. There's no formal sign up or anything like that. It's just individual initiative. We're hoping to get first chair on that day, so be meeting at like 8:30. And then we're all going to have lunch together and then probably hang out after if you're into that, or go if you have to. But I do know hanging around for playoff football at the mountain is a really good time. So if you can, highly recommend.
You saying we're gonna try to get first chair might be the coolest thing I've heard you say like all week.
I'm a snowboarder, bro.
When
I'm
you
about
said
that life.
I was like, oh snap, this guy boards. This guy up. I don't even really completely know. I was like, first chair. That can't be literal. That must mean like early morning. We're gonna be some of the first dudes out there on the
Yeah,
mountain.
dude. You hit the groomers on the first chair after they got the fresh snow down. Hit the gnar. Get tweaked out on a couple kickers. It's chill.
There's so many words there.
It's the lingo, baby.
Hit the groomers. Get the groomers going.
Get the groomers going. That's when they groom the snow, and it's like the fresh corduroy. Get the edge nice in there. Hold it real quick.
It's coming. It keeps coming. The fresh corduroy.
You ain't never seen fresh corduroy?
How have I known you for like 2.5 years and never heard you just start riffing on some snowboard lingo?
I mean, in what context would I talk about snowboarding? To
If I
brag
could
about
sound
what I
cool
do
like you
or what I
sound right
did?
now, I would be using this all the time.
No, I'm not like a snowboarder, bro. I have a personality outside of it. I snowboard by myself is the other thing. It's soft tissue and I will go up there. But anyways, if you want to talk about snowboard lingo more, hit me up. Shred the gnar. Get rad.
All right, I think that
Grab some methods, hit some spinnies, spin and win, baby.
Okay, now I see why you haven't used the lingo, because it peaks.
It peaks. Now I'm trying too hard.
And then there's just a lot of words.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, that's one of like, it's right in there with surfing, and that just people love lingo and that culture and tranche. So there's a nickname for everything.
Yeah, you don't have to tell guys in F3 that people love lingo. We got plenty of ridiculous.
Yeah, no more lingo, okay?
Plenty of them.
So that's off that tangent. That's that. And then there's a CSOP that Ricky Bobby is formally putting down. Should be a polar plunge at the dock. Do we have a date for that again? I think we do.
I thought he was waiting, but maybe he posted one.
Look for a date. It seems like it's getting closer. My boy Ricky Bobby's dead set on getting this done. So get on your britches and get cold. It's going to be a wet and wild one.
Get in that water. The chances of death are pretty slim.
Get in there. You'll be all right.
All right, Jenny. That's all we got today, I think, man.
I think that's all we got.
I think so.
VP, take us out.
All right, gentlemen, that is another episode of State of the Union. Thank you all for listening. I'm pretty pumped about the hymnline. I'm super pumped about the list, although I don't know if I'll be making it. We'll see. Fitness assessments coming soon. But you know the drill. Always be accelerating. Have a good night, guys.
Deuces.
You know, we say anything we want now, and it's going to be like quiet at the end. The Easter egg.
This is a podcast.
Yeah, there
It
you go.
is.
Perfect.